Hey guys, it's your boy Heatscore. So today I want to take the time to talk to you guys about something that I feel is super important. Super important. You may not even be aware of it, but believe it or not, when you sign up to be a musician or a music producer, you're already a brand. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my insights on branding and branding within the music industry. When you start off as a musician, you're already a brand, whether you like it or not. You need to take away the fear of credibility being lost for wanting to brand yourself. It's part of the game, and you need to do it if you want to play the game. I think a lot of artists have this fear that, of selling out, or that, because you're thinking about branding and sales and things like that, that you're losing this credibility as an artist. And I think that's totally the wrong way to go because, when you sign up for this, you're getting in this as some sort of a machine, right? You're as yourself as a person. You are the product, right? You need to sell the product. People need to identify you with something, and that goes with your brand, right? Your logo, your color scheme, what you wear, the way you are, what you contribute to others. It all has to do, and it all falls in line with your brand. So you need to be conscious, and you need to be aware how important it is to brand yourself and brand yourself properly in the way that you want to be branded. So take control of that. Rather than letting it take control of you, you can take control of the situation. I think it's super important that you have consistent visual style and identity. And what I mean by that is, you don't want to be too all over the place, right? You want to make sure that you are a certain niche market within a big pool of musicians and producers, that you have that one thing that nobody else has. So you need to try to identify that, and you need to try to create that feeling through brand awareness, right? It's going to take a little bit of time for people to actually listen to your music. But, as you pitch them your product and as you pitch them your videos on social media, let's say, you need to make sure that you're doing that with brand awareness. I'm talking about logos. I'm talking about those unique characteristics that make you who you are. It may take 6 or 7 times for somebody to actually listen to your music and click on the link. But prior to that, without even knowing, subconsciously, they're already going to be made aware of your brand. So you're going to want to make sure that you have control of this from the beginning. I think it's super important that your brand identifies with who you are as much as your music. It's not only about the music, it's about the whole package. And you want to make sure that that brand is a true representation of not only yourself and also your music, but everything all together. Essentially, when you're talking about branding, you as a musician, you need to start thinking about yourself as some sort of a corporation, right? When you look at companies like Nike or Adidas, you always think Nike, the check marks, Adidas, the 3 stripes. But, they're more than that, right? They give you a sense of feeling whenever you see their ads, right? And not only that, but they also evolve throughout the years, which is also something that you are going to have to make sure that you do, right? As you evolve as an artist, you want to make sure that your brand falls in line with that evolution. For me personally, I think it's super important that you visualize your brand. You try to visualize everything before it actually lays out. So, what do you want this brand to look like? What do you want it to sound like? What do you want people to feel when they see that brand and when they hear that brand? I'm talking about the color schemes. Going a little bit further, who you are as an artist. What kind of a story are you telling? What do you give back to the community? I think this is all super important when developing your brand and really start developing ideas on how to create this brand awareness. Essentially, your brand needs to create an experience through the senses, visually. Every time that you look at this brand, you're creating a certain feeling, and I think that's super important. Your brand needs to be nurtured throughout your career. It's super important that you recognize this. You cannot stay stagnant. An artist that stays stagnant is not an artist that's going to develop into its full potential. So you want to make sure that you nurture this brand and that you maintain it so you can have a long, steady career.